Welcome in to Steelers Talk Yinzers. My name is Jack Sperry. Today, we are going to be breaking down Mel Kiper Jr.'s draft grades for the Pittsburgh Steelers for the 2023 NFL Draft. Usually, you have to pay for ESPN Plus to get this content, but we are giving it to you 100% free here on YouTube at Steelers Talk because we're cool guys. Now, before we get into Mel's grades here, make sure you like today's video if you're happy with the Pittsburgh Steelers 2023 draft class. I really enjoyed what Omar Khan did, the trade ups, the trade downs, the players that they selected. I think they got great value in all 7 rounds. So if you agree with me, go ahead, click that thumbs up icon right now. It's a free and easy way to help out the channel. We really do appreciate your support, the real ones. Subscribe, like every single video, and get in the comment section. All right, so now before we get into Mel's thoughts here, I want to break down exactly what the Steelers did in terms of their draft picks. Of course, they drafted Broderick Jones, their future left tackle, there in round 1, traded up to go get him. And then despite the fact that they traded up for a left tackle in round 1, you still land a potential cornerback 1 of the future with Joey Porter Jr. And then you get Keanu Benton later on in the second round at defensive line. Darnell Washington somehow falls to you despite trading down in round 3. That's a fantastic value there for Omar Khan. Then on day 3, you get Nick Herbig, the edge rusher out of Wisconsin, reuniting him with his brother in the city of Bridges here, the city of champions, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Then you got Corey Trice Jr., somebody that I had graded as a third-round prospect. I thought he was going to go in the first 120 picks, and he ended up going 241st overall in the 7th round. Incredible value, in my opinion, there. And you get Spencer Anderson. It's kind of a lower level, kind of a depth piece along the offensive line, but in round 7, that's definitely a good pick in my opinion. But despite all these great picks, Mel Kiper Jr. Gave the Steelers a grade of a B+. Now, just for reference, to put that into context, the lowest grade that Mel gave any team this year was a B-. So this is pretty much an average draft grade that Mel Kiper Jr. gave the Steelers this year, which I think is kind of crazy. But I'll be breaking down what he had to say in his article today. But first, what is your grade for the Pittsburgh Steelers 2023 draft class? Do you agree with Mel with that B+ rating? Do you agree with me with my A+ rating? Or just create your own here. What is your grade for the Pittsburgh Steelers 2023 NFL draft class? This is going to be the pinned comment on today's show, which is going to be right at the top of the comment section. So whenever you get an ad break here, just go over there, find that pinned comment, and answer today's question. So now let's talk about what Kiper had to say about the Broderick Jones pick and the trade up in round 1 of the 2023 NFL Draft. Kiper says with 3 picks in the top 50, the Steelers entered the draft with a real chance to come away with new rookie starters. They need help on both sides of the ball. They traded a 4th round pick to move up 3 spots in round 1 to grab Broderick Jones at number 14 overall, who will start at one of the tackle spots. He had an elite 2022 season. And Mel's completely right. Broderick Jones had a really great 2022 season with the national champion Georgia Bulldogs. Played left tackle for them. Didn't allow a sack in the SEC. Was one of the best run blockers in the National Football League. You look at the pros with him on my scouting report. He's got great size at 6'4", 311 pounds. He's got the length that you look for, the power, the athleticism, and the run blocking is absolutely fantastic. One of the best run blockers in this year's draft class, and he's going to be able to really do some good things in Matt Canada's power run scheme next season. Now the cons on him is that despite not giving up a sack in 2022, he does have some inconsistencies in his technique when it comes to pass protection. His hand placement, he can miss with his punches at times, and then the balance with his footwork can sometimes be off, and it can lead to some inconsistencies that he's going to need to fix if he wants to be the Steelers' franchise left tackle moving into the future. And I do think that he will start at left tackle next year. If you trade up for a guy this early in the NFL draft, I absolutely believe he will be the starter over Dan Moore Jr. I think Chukwuma Okorafor, with how much the Steelers are paying him, will fill out that right side there. And if this is the starting lineup here along the offensive line for the Steelers, I think this is pretty darn good. Isaac Seumalo, you add him in free agency, really good run blocker as well. James Daniels and Mason Cole had really good seasons in 2022. I think this is very solid for the black and gold. And Broderick Jones, who wore 56 in college, is going to be wearing number 77 for the Pittsburgh Steelers Steelers moving into 2023. He is dedicating that number to one of his Georgia teammates that ended up dying in that tragic car accident that was involved with the Jalen Carter situation. So I think that just kind of shows you the kind of person that the Steelers are getting here in Broderick Jones. We're going to be getting into the Joey Porter Jr. pick here in just a second, but man, Joey Porter Jr. is coming home. I cannot believe it. This is an absolutely fantastic moment for Steelers Nation. If you want to get your officially licensed Joey Porter Jr. Steelers jersey, we have them pre-order on the Chat Sports website right now. So you can go chatsports.com/Joey Porter Jr. to pre-order your Joey Porter Jr. jersey today. We don't know what his number is going to be just yet. I think he's probably trying to negotiate with Chris Boswell to get number 9. It would be really cool if he got number 55, his dad's old number, even though that'd be kind of a weird number for a corner. But anyway, if you want that Joey Porter Jr. jersey to be yours in your closet here pretty soon, you want to pre-order it, go to chatsports.com/Joey Porter Jr. today. So now let's talk about what Kiper had to say about the Steelers' Day 2 selections. Now, he was very, very high on what the Steelers were able to do on Day 2. Let's see what he had to say here on the Day 2 picks for your Pittsburgh Steelers. He seemed to really, really enjoy it. I cannot wait to see what he has to say here. We have to get this graphic up here in just a second. There it is. On Day 2, they added cornerback Joey Porter Jr. at number 32 overall, defensive tackle Keanu Benton at number 49, and tight end Darnell Washington at number 93, all of whom could play significant roles this season. Porter is 6'2" with long arms, and he can flip his hips in coverage. This is a great spot for him, being able to be mentored by Patrick Peterson. Then he continues to say Benton's traits didn't match his college production, but if he keeps developing some pass rush moves, he could be a 3-down player. He was a slight reach on my board. Washington dropped because of some medical concerns, but he'll step into the NFL as one of the league's best blocking tight ends. And if he can up his game as a pass catcher, he could be a steal. Now, you take a look at this haul on Day 2 for the Steelers. I mean, getting Joey Porter Jr. to fall into your lap at the top of round 2, I mean, essentially the Steelers traded Chase Claypool for Joey Porter Jr., somebody that I consider a round 1 type of talent, a guy that could be a number 1 cornerback in the National Football League and a perfect fit for Mike Tomlin's press-heavy system. Then you get Keanu Benton, somebody that needs to develop those pass rushing moves a little bit, but he's got some great traits, really long arms, great upper body strength. He's going to be a really great run stuffer for you right away at that nose tackle position, and then hopefully he can develop and learn from Cam Heyward so he can take over that 3 technique role and kind of move into more of a 3-down role moving into the later years of his career. And then Darnell Washington, a little bit of concerns with his knee. Apparently he had some inflammation at the NFL Combine that kind of turned some teams off to him. But, he lands with the Steelers here at number 3. Like Mel says, if he's healthy, he's going to be right away one of the best blocking tight ends in the National Football League. Essentially gives the Steelers a 6th lineman, which is a huge, huge advantage in the run game for Najee Harris and Jalen Warren. And then he's got the pass catching upside to really become one of the best tight ends, period, in the National Football League. Can't wait to see how Darnell Washington develops here in Pittsburgh. So subscribe to the channel here if you want to join the most interactive Steelers community here on YouTube. We are the fastest growing Steelers channel here on YouTube. And let me tell you guys, that's for a reason. We like to keep you guys involved. We have an interactive Steelers Talk live show every single week where you can have your opinions heard. It's a great community of over 25,000 Yinzers now. It's absolutely fantastic what we've been able to do over the last couple of months. If you want to get in on that action, you want to join our family here and get daily free Steelers content here on YouTube, click that subscribe button for me right now. And now, finally here, Kiper's thoughts on the Steelers' Day 3 picks. Now, he was pretty high on Day 1 and Day 2, but I guess he didn't really feel like the Steelers got that much of a value on Day 3. This is what he had to say. Pittsburgh had just 3 picks in the last 4 rounds, with Nick Herbig at 132nd overall, the most notable. He is my number 7 inside linebacker. The light Day 3 keeps this class under an A. Teams that have more picks obviously have greater chances to find those diamonds in the rough, but there are some instant impact players here. So this one really confused me because, despite the fact that the Steelers filled all their needs this offseason, especially in the draft here, and despite the fact that they got some great value picks, Mel Kiper seems to think that if you don't have 10 picks throughout the NFL draft, then you can't have an A grade, which I just think is an absolutely stupid standard to keep if you are an NFL draft analyst. I mean, you get Nick Herbig there in round 4, who's going to be a really, really good outside linebacker for you, a rotational edge rusher day 1, and then he's going to be a potential 3-down starter at inside linebacker. That's a great value for him in round 4. And then you get Corey Trice Jr., somebody that I thought was a top 120 pick, getting him in round 7, and then you get Spencer Anderson, another good depth piece along the offensive line. I think that's a great haul. You're not really leaving any stone unturned there. You're not really not filling any of your needs. So I think if you're filling your needs and you're getting quality players, it doesn't really matter how many picks you have. I think putting a limit on how many picks you have in terms of your grade is kind of stupid, and I think that this is absolutely an A-plus grade if I'm the one grading this Steelers draft haul, because you're getting immediate starters and contributors at pretty much all the positions of need that you're looking for here. Broderick Jones, hopefully he's going to be your franchise left tackle. Joey Porter Jr., hopefully he's going to be your lockdown number 1 quarterback for the next decade. Corey Trice Jr. could be his number 2 guy. You could really bully some teams with the length and strength that Porter Jr. and Trice have in their game. Keanu Benson could be your 3 technique for the next decade as well. I mean, this is just, you're getting value everywhere that you look. Omar Khan was extremely deliberate and smart with the trades that he made, and Kiper gives this draft haul a B+. Like, I just think that's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, respect to Mel. He's been doing this for a long time, but I mean, it seems like some of the thinking that he has is kind of stuck in the 90s. It's not modern whatsoever. It just kind of seems like, not giving any team a grade below a B-. It just seems like the effort isn't really all there. And I just think that there's no way that this Steelers draft class is a B+. I think the only way you can really look at it is that you're filling all of your needs, you're getting great value, you're making smart trades, and if you're doing that, to me, that's an A+. That's absolutely an A+ grade, and it's arguably the best draft class in the National Football League. So let me know what you guys think right now in the comments section. I can't wait to see what you guys have to say about this particular topic. And what do you think about Mel's draft grade here? Is he crazy? Is he right? Which Steelers rookie will have the best career? Will it be Broderick Jones? Will it be Joey Porter Jr.? Will somebody, maybe Corey Trice Jr.? I don't know. Who's going to have the best overall NFL career in this 2023 Steelers draft class? Let me know who your favorite pick was in this year's draft class. Can't wait to see who your favorite player is. And here we've reached the end of the show, guys. I really appreciate all the real ones that stuck around to the end here. If you want more Steelers coverage on Twitter, go ahead and go to @Jack_Sperry. Give me a follow. I put all my Steelers stuff up there, film analysis, all of that great stuff. I really appreciate you guys. And as always, here we go, Steelers.